Mhm.
Hang on a sec. I'm waiting for the page to be refreshed. All right, let me resume sharing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kyverno Office Hour. Today, our agenda is to present the Kyverno Chainsaw, which is contributed by the fall-term LFX mentee, mentorship program mentee, Shubham, and he will showcase the Chainsaw implementations. So with that, Shubham, let me stop sharing and you can take it away.
Okay, thanks. So I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Okay, I think. Okay, is my screen visible now? I
Yes.
think it should be. Okay, good. Okay, let's start with our today's agenda, which is I have to present Chainsaw. Okay, so let's start with how and when we created Chainsaw. So Chainsaw was created in my LFX mentorship, and it is a approach to test end-to-end for to provide an end-to-end testing to Kubernetes operators and for the Kubernetes object. So before Chainsaw, we have a few solutions which was used previously by uh, uh, Kyverno, which was Cuttle. So the Cuttle had few limitations that we were facing, like it didn't have any powerful testing, and it didn't have anything like assertion trees, and we can't really move forward with Cuttle right now. And the community of the Cuttle seems to be non-performing, and the PRs are not merging in Cuttle. So there was a urgent need to have a solution which would provide a better approach to test. So that's all. So let's start what Chainsaw offers. So it's pretty much similar to Cuttle, but in a more powerful way. So Chainsaw is also an end-to-end testing tool. So Chainsaw offers you a declarative approach. So the declarative approach in which you can provide a few manifests in uh, in Chainsaw, and you can declare the test in YAML, and you can simply assert, apply, create, and you can just do that. So let's see what operations that we offer in Chainsaw. So in Chainsaw, we pretty much offers every operation that you would need, like apply, assert, create, command, delete, error, script, and we have recently added another operation which is script. So let's start how we could really use this operation. So what you need to do is, first of all, you need to install Chainsaw, and we provide few common ways to install. Like you can really use go install. You can install it from our release page. You can just simply compile from the from the sources, and also you can just have a GitHub action as we provide for your CI. It will be really useful. So let's start about how to write a test. So writing tests in Chainsaw is pretty much simple. Since like you have to write a kind test. Let's start with writing a few tests right now and demonstrate how we can simply run a test. So this is for I would like to show this is like one of the tests, like how we just write the kind test and the namespace, and we have steps to write and then try that we perform. Let's simply like look at the like test. So let me create a folder in which I would uh, create a name folder name path in which I would just simply create a chainsaw test. So it's like chainsaw test.yml. Okay. So over here, like just like any other Kubernetes resource, we have to declare our API version, which is for Chainsaw, which is uh, Chainsaw Kyverno Alpha 1. Wait, okay. Right. And we have to declare our kind, which is which is test here, not chainsaw, and our maybe our metadata, and we don't need namespace over here, and something called spec. Uh, and this is wrong. I'm using GitHub Copilot. Okay, we can declare steps over here, and the test is uh, and we can declare each and every steps over here. Like let's say the step name for the first step name could be, let's say, test one, like that. And what we need to do is we need to uh, we need to first look at here what we need to write. So in test based syntax that we offer right now is, okay, let's just view over here what is test step. So we have three kind of statements, which is we try, catch, or finally. The try statement would be executed first, and if we get any error, then we could catch over here, and the finally would be executed at the last. So we have to write with the try, and let's see what try offers over here. So try, under the try, you can simply have multiple operations, which is apply, assert, leap, or something like a script. So we would simply apply a resource right now. So let's just copy this block and just go over here, our test, and okay, simply I've pasted it. We don't definitely need array over here. Okay, right. Okay. So we have to create another thing, which is resource.yml, in which we have to apply this resource. So it could be anything like your custom resource. It could be config map. It could be any policy, something like that. So since you have declared your file over here, and the path is similar to the current directory, you can declare your resource over here in the same directory. So it could be anything. So let's make it a pod. Uh, okay, this is something like, so I have to reduce this. I don't need environment variables in just demo. Don't need the port. Don't need volumes and nothing like that. Okay, so it could be any. I don't need namespace also over here because the chainsaw would uh, like insert a default namespace. So let's say the names, it could be a simple nginx pod. The container name could be also nginx. And let's say the label is also nginx, our resource label. And the image, we simply don't care about here. Okay, so this is a simple resource that we are going to apply, and we would simply like assert this and check if it is really being created or not. Okay, in next step, we would try to assert this thing. Okay, let's say it's assert, and in second step, we would simply assert this thing, and we have to create an assert.yml over here. Just a second. Okay, I think I've made a mistake over here. I have not included the try. Okay, I think. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Let me check the syntax. Mm-hmm. Okay, it was for the test step we need for the test. Okay, it's over here. Okay, we have test. What is test? Okay, let just a second. Okay, it's like this when we are using file. We have simple steps over here, and we could use the syntax. So, okay, let me just write it down. Okay, Let's simply steps over here, and we have to try each and everything. Mm, okay. Right. So now we would try this particular resource over here, and we could also assert another resource, which is just our assert over here into another array. And this is, and we have that in file called assert. Okay, it looks great, and we have achieved the proper syntax for this. Okay, then assert.yml would be simply our assert file that we will write. Okay, for this, we need to, since we need to check that this resource exists or not, we need to provide at least the API version kind and the metadata. So we just go here and paste this simply thing. And in spec, we could provide some minimal fields like maybe this is check the container name and the image. That's it. Okay, we don't need a complete resource over here. So I think it looks fine. We have a proper syntax for this, and okay. Now we can simply run our test, and this is just one of the simplest tests for the chainsaw that we can write. So I think I could build the chainsaw from the source code just right now. Mm, Okay, okay. To run the test, the command is pretty much simple. Let's search what command it could be. So we have provided all of the things over here, and it's getting started. Okay, let's go over the quick start. So it's like simply like running a test and just like giving the location of the test directory, that where your tests are there. And since we can provide a default configuration that we want to use, but we have not provided any configuration. So all of the default values would be used, like the default timeouts, and we have lots of things like the whether we need to like continue on the whether if this test fails or not, like that. Like you can see that skip, delete, fail fast, report format, and like that. Let's go over here and just be pretty quick, run our test, and let's see what we could do. Test directory. And I think we have pretty much good over here. Okay, wait. Resource that we have got an error over here, and it's failed. I think we have made some mistake. Test one, I think, right? Resource. Okay, so it's wrong. We have the name of your resource. Okay, so like we have run the test, and the default configuration is being used. So the default file that the chainsaw searches in the directory is chainsaw.test.yml. Since I have created the same file, so there was no need to mention in a flag that I'm using this file. And the test directory I mentioned is just the pass, and we don't really need to skip the delete. Okay, I think uh, uh, there seems to be an timeout error. The timeout of the context seems to be pretty much low, but we see like the apply happen, and we are able to create the resource, and we are able to assert the resource. But further, after in deletion, that there has been a timeout error. Like it took a pretty much long time to be deleted. Let's see what we can do over here. I think.
Yeah, I think we saw the similar arrow today. Charlotte Ward just increased the timeout
I
and
think
then the
it's
deletion passed
happening.
through.
Yeah, it's happening in this latest version from the source code because we have moved our timeouts. We have there's been a few changes in timeout just like I think a day ago, day or two in this week. Charles just had some changes in timeouts, but okay, but it is still passing. There's no the resource was not deleted. The cleanup didn't happen on time, so we need probably a more time to clean. Okay, let's see what we can do over here. Mm, okay, just a minute. Mm, I think we have to figure it out. Okay, we will do it later. We have to see this thing. I think let's run it again and see. The deletion timeout is 15 seconds, but the resource definitely not didn't get cleaned up in 15 seconds. Okay, this time it passed. Luckily, the resource get cleaned up, but I think we need to raise this default time to at least 30 seconds. The resource then get cleaned up in 15 seconds definitely. Okay, so this is how we can simply write a simple test in Chainsaw.
Hey,
And
Shubham, sorry for the
yeah,
interruption. Is it okay to take the questions, or do you want to save other questions to the end of the presentation?
I'm open for questions.
Okay, so we have this question, are the operation with a step executed concurrently or not? And what is the relation with the spec.concurrent settings? We have
Can
this
you
question from the Zoom chat.
can you repeat the question? How can I see the question?
Well,
Just
if
a
you
second.
can open up the Zoom chat, you should be able to see that.
Okay, notes, record chats. Okay, okay. Let me see. What's the question? So, are the operations within the step executed concurrently or not? Hmm. What's the relation between spec.concurrent row? So, if you're talking within the step, so within the step, the operations are being executed concurrently. So, right. So your first question was like, is this concurrent or not? So definitely it's concurrent. And if you want to know what is the purpose for the spec.concurrent, so let me search which particular resource are you talking about. So for the concurrent, if you want to what how can you assert the same time as apply? No, we don't assert at the same time we apply. In this particular example, I first applied the resource and then I asserted this. But if I've gone the wrong way, then it would probably fail. Let's see. In 15 seconds, it would just time out and it would be failed. And definitely your question is valid because we have in single operation, we have multiple things. Like if you are confused, like I could simply do this thing, apply, and the file could be simply like this, like anything ABC. So we will definitely get an validation error over here because we can't in a single operation we can't definitely provide two two different operations. We have validation check for that, so no worries for that. See, uh, the resource then found, so we have to first apply and then we have to just assert that. We can't do the way the another way. We can't simply assert it first. Uh, so your question was like I've cleared and the question. So we have to first apply and then we have to assert the resource. Do you have any other question?
Yeah, I guess another question is, what does that spec.concurrent do if you set that to true?
Okay. So at the moment, like if you see that there is a one step, so these particular like in a step, the operations are concurrent, but the steps definitely don't need to be concurrent. So if you want to the two steps to be concurrent, then you can mark it to be concurrent. My impression that is that the currently sequences just because step dot concurrent. No, wait. Can you contact me over the Slack? I think the you have you have confused the concurrency over here. The concurrency at the particular moment we have to definitely this is not in a particular step the operations are in order, but the steps could be concurrent, right? There's, by the step I mean like there is this is a test 2. This can be concurrent to this test, but the order inside this try has to be has we have to follow the order inside inside the try, right?
So
In the
from what I
in the
understood,
okay.
so from what I understood so far, you can define multiple tests within the steps. And once
Yeah.
you have spec the concurrent set to true, then those defined tasks will be executed concurrently. But by default, they're set to false, which is all the defined tasks will run in sequentially, right? And the single task definition, like when you define the try, catch, and uh, finally and final keywords, they're executed sequentially as well.
Yes, right. They have to be executed. The try catch have to be executed sequentially. But the two steps can be we have a option over here. Okay, maybe you want to clarify the documentation, what is concurrent and what is not. Thanks, I have to drop now. Uh, what concurrent and what is not. Okay, so the steps can be concurrent, but inside the steps, the operations can't be concurrent because we have to follow the order over here. It's similar to the curl that we have followed. Okay,
Yeah, and
so
I'm
let's
just
move.
looking at the website about the this concurrent description. It doesn't clarify whether, the test steps are executed concurrently
Hmm.
or the steps within the single test executed concurrently. So it would be good to,
Anyways,
clarify that in our
okay,
field.
it's still not like the project is still not we didn't have any stable release. It's being changes. We have lots of change to do, and yeah, I think we have to clarify this definitely the which particular thing, which particular whether the steps are concurrent or the operations. We have to clarify that, and I would add that in documentation. Thanks for the feedback. Okay, so oh, okay, so let's move to our next agenda. So what is like we have explored what test is and what the test steps is and what operations is. So let's move to our next topic, which is collector. And collector is nothing but it is just after like we have executed the test. If you want to collect certain information after the test, then we definitely need to use the collector. Like we can collect the pod logs and the events that might have happened over here, right? So okay, so the question over here is what we have done different from the current like tool which is Cuttle in the market. So first, the first major change that Chainsaw brings is using the assertion trees, the library which is created inside the Chainsaw, which is Kyverno JSON. It provides an approach for the for writing for writing an assertion trees, uh, and we can definitely use this library to have a more powerful check. Like, let me show you an amazing example. So like if you see like the the Cuttle, it always make an exact match. But if what if we want to make some complex of operations? So here's what, like something like let me show you. Mm, it was over here. Okay, something like if in a deployment, let's say if you want to just check if the replicas is greater than 3 or not, or any other operator over here. So we can't really do in Curtle, but Chainsaw provides this approach because we completely rely on assertion trees for that, and we can check our errors from here, and we can perform much more things. Like you can see the over error, we can definitely check errors. Okay, just wait for delete. So we can finally check if the error is null or not, and like that. So this is one of the major change that the chainsaw provides. And the second thing is the timeouts. So chainsaw has defined timeouts at every operation level, like at every test, and in every operation, like apply, assert, create. Unlike the cutter, which only have operation at the few top level at the test step or end test. But we have a very tight, we have defined it very tightly. So we can, and the changes are like on way right now, and we are improving this as much as we can. Okay, so let's talk about our future and roadmap. So we have few things like over here. Okay, let me search. I think we have the roadmap in our I think in our repository. So the roadmap is uh to drop the support for the test step. We are having a discussion over here whether we should just modify our test discovery strategy. We really want to drop the test step because it's not much useful. If you want to participate in this, it would be great, and it would be a breaking change first of all. And the 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 goal in the next in the current month is to first of all release a v0.1, which will be our most stable release. And after that, we would like simply focus on enhancing the chainsaw capabilities using the James path as like we have defined. We completely rely on this library. Okay, and let's hope for the version 2. We would try to integrate with the operator SDK in documentation, and we will have a more like a stronger community than the Curtle. And let's see, we already have a few stars of here. We have reached over 26 stars and 6 GitHub Fox in just this short period of time, which is really amazing. Okay, so at last I would talk about like who has adopted Chainsaw right now. So the Kyverno has completely, I think it has switched to Chainsaw. It has integrated, I think, into its CI, and it is being Chainsaw is being actively used in Kyverno, and it's performing really great over there. So the Kyverno is, I think, the first uh, first user of Chainsaw, right? Okay. So at last, I would like to say, if you want to contribute to Chainsaw, you must join our Slack channel, uh, which is Kyverno Chainsaw over here on the Slack, and we can simply like look at the few open issues and submit a PR on Chainsaw. It would be really great for us. Okay. So if you have any other question, you can just ask. Okay.
Yeah, I think in the Kyverno main repo we have completely migrated to Chainsaw, and then the Kyverno policies repo we're gradually migrating all the Kodo tests to Chainsaw, and currently,
Right.
The performance seems pretty well.
Yeah, the performance would be amazing because we don't really rely on the dynamic libraries as the Cuttle did, and we really have a stronger checks the timeouts. Like we have very short timeouts, unlike the Cuttle, which we didn't really have a stronger timeouts.
Right.
And after in this month, we pretty much hope that we would release v0.1, and we are going through some major changes in the APIs. We are considering to drop the test step and support the test only, which is the most verbose, I would say, verbose way to most verbose declarative way to define a chainsaw test, right? Only. So this is one of the major change that would happen in near future.
Yeah, I don't have any questions, but I just want to say great work, Shubham.
Thanks a lot. Okay, this project is still under development right now, so lots of changes are being done right now. If you have any other uh, another suggestion, you must reach to in our discussion and discussion over the chainsaw over here, and we are discussing many things like the discovery strategies and uh, like the limitations that the Cuttle really have. So you must participate in this discussion, and we will like really figure out some way to just fix all of the approach, all of the gaps that Cuttle had. So right now we are working good, and uh, we are merging like PRs every day. And I think just right now we have merged another PR to for the I think uh, to write the chainsaw test, and so that we can use the schemes in example. Uh, the what should I say to a template, a test template. We have merged the PR for the test template, and the writing test would be much simpler now. Okay.
That looks great. Thank you, Shubham. I think one
Yeah.
of the thing that we can improve from the feedback is to clarify the spec.concurrent setting as that user suggested, and we'll be excited to see upcoming things in Chainsaw in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. And you all of the users or participants over here, you must like join our discussions over the chainsaw. We are really excited to build and improve the chainsaw over here. We have definitely solved few problems, and we are looking for more. Okay, thanks a lot.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Shubham. Nice presentation. I'll see
Thanks a
you
lot.
in our next office hour. Take care.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Take care, bye.
Bye, everyone.